Big-time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars at LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the option. Fights off the defender. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
They'll go right back to it. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Huskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass, it's Hurley. Got him downfield. At the 35, he's loose. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
The Cornhuskers are rolling down the field. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to the ground. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one. Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. On the option. Now the toss. They'll say he stepped out of bounds right at the 17.
This offense is going to challenge the defense with their assignment football in the option game, and they're doing it here early in the first quarter. Great job by the quarterback, making all of his reads. Nobody accounting for the pitch guy, so you flip it out to him. And a nice gain offensively here. And this is something the defense now is going to have to contend with for the rest of the game, trying to stop this option attack.
Looking for a push on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these fourth downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Snagged in the middle, it's Wilkins. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Grab near the marker, it's Wilkins. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
Listen, my job is to poke and prod and find where you're weak. I like it. Get the ball in the perimeter. How are the ends playing the run support? Can I get on the edge, make some big, easy plays early in this ballgame?
And show them a variety of runs that can keep them guessing later on.
No doubt, and I'm making memory of all this stuff. Did it work? What were they in? Can I get back to this later?
And they'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's caught, it's Ferguson. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
First play of the drive comes from the 38. On the option. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now on the option. Picks up the first down, still moving. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. This Husker running attack will hit you from all angles. You never know who's going to get it next.
Yeah, it's kind of like playing that hat game on the stadium jumbotron. Like, where's the ball underneath which hat that's going to move around? Always a lot of deception with this Cornhusker offense.
On the move. Turning it on. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
You just hold your breath every time this QB keeps the football in the running game, man. With his speed, he's a threat to hit the home run every time he totes the rock.
And the Huskers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Gets the back moving. They'll go to the toss. He's in open space downfield. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
First and goal, Nebraska.
The Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Looks as if he's going to run it. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the fourth quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Sometimes it's easy for the receiver to get lost running a drag through all that traffic, Jesse.
Yeah, and this is a receiver too, Reese, who's dangerous once he has the football in his hands. So I like the idea on offense of trying to get this guy the ball quickly to see what he can do once he has it.
Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Catch inside the 25. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. BYU with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They just keep firing. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Man, you want to talk about a play that thwarts momentum. This offense was clicking. Now they take the sack, and they're in a tight spot.
And it's amazing how much these change the outcomes of drives. Just one tackle for a loss, one sack. Now the upper hand comes to me. Now I make you predictable and put you in a situation where now I can be successful on defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Between the uprights, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. On the run, it's Russell. Oh, he's got some space. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. When you're called Cornhuskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different. And that's what Nebraska fans want. Throw back to the old days, the glory days, and they want some of that here in this recent history.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Hurley. Pulls it in, it's Russell. Still running at the 40. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. They'll try to get outside. Got enough for the first. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Huskers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. The option look. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. That's caught. It's Martin. At the 40, there he goes. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
A lot of times the QB's going to drop back and try to make a big play, What's your safe option if nothing's there? Slip it to your running back. Let him catch it. Let him go get a first down for you.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll toss it to the left. Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let him do the rest, right? Flip it to him. Let him get outside. Let him run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Nakua. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads it downfield. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
This is a long 4th down try, but the offense stays on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
That's caught. It's Thomas. Open space at the 25. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Huskers headed quickly to the line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air, it's Hurley. A little screen to the running back. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Cornhuskers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. On the option. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some. There he goes. Once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Utah State has the lead right now. Logan has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over New Mexico. Any change of momentum, any notable highlights from Mountain West country, we'll let you know, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Hines is way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Toss to the left. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Gets it to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. He'll ride his man on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Huskers will hustle to the line. Goes to the option. He can't corral the catch. The ball's on the ground. Defense has it. They're on the move. Touchdown, BYU! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Man, Defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Coming out with it, it's Thomas. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ready to go back to work on offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Yeah, it's a really good job with the misdirection, right? Bringing somebody's one direction with so much speed, the defense reacts. Now you bring another guy the other direction. Hard to see one and then react to the other, especially with that kind of speed on the field. And that's why you had a big play.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Back to throw, it's Hurley. Looking to scramble. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
They'll send the back in motion. Thrust that arm out. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run the option. Breaks the tackle. At the 35, he's open. Oh, he's getting ahead of stick. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
What I like about this running back is he can do it different ways. He can hurt you running between the tackles. He's got great vision, but he's also got a lot of speed. And I love the fact that this offense can go option. They can trust the quarterback to make the right decision, pitch it out to him wide, and then you see the speed. There's so many different ways in the running game. This guy can hurt you, and you saw it right there on that long, explosive play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Nakua. A solid pickup there. Works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Toss to the outside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Finds his man. It's Martin. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. The screen, he can go. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. On the move. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Finding open areas. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Got room to work. Turning it on. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
And as he throws.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left and wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll run the toss. Gets it inside the 10. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskers.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. opens up at the 23-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Martin. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Takes the easy one to the back. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Release to the back. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, Dave.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
The Cornhuskers in a good spot here with second and short. Sends it back in motion. Leaves it with the running back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill with that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Oh, he's got some. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Headed back out to go on the attack. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
The Cougars come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Trying play action. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And the Huskers line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Gets the back moving. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. They'll run the option. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. Slams it ahead. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter, so you're just trying to put up more stats. Listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you know, 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. Let's go! From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guy.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You know, I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got a man. It's Martin. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now, because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, you know, like Jesse probably would, we go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to fix.
Breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. There's something about beating a higher-ranked team as they're on the verge of doing here, and doing it with your running game that not only boosts your resume, but also gives that confidence a lift, too.
Yeah, it's a resume booster. It's also big for the eye test, too, David, because the committee's watching this game, and they're seeing the way that they beat a fellow top 25 team in an upset, running the ball, being more physical. It's impressive.
Oh, it's going to be added to the resume, and then later on down the road, it'll be a big deal when it's head-to-head and all these things that come into play. So earning your way as the season goes along, getting those top 25 wins, building that resume for the end of the season.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Calls his own number. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Well, they haven't been able to get it done on 4th down so far today. They've missed on their first 2 attempts. Is the 3rd time the charm. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. One more play to pad the stats. From his end zone, he'll go up top. Unloads to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And the defense expected the run, and they got it. No gain. He just gets it back to the 2. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season.